was like the weather had changed suddenly. Gloomy skies gave way to this bright light. It was a fulfillment of a prophecy given way back in the book of Isaiah. This idea that kind of the hinterland, the way northern frontier of the land of Israel, that's where the light would explode. That's where it would dawn. And it would show up in these tribes that kind of had little to do with the history of Israel: Naphtali, Zebulun. This was the place, a Roman town called Capernaum, where Jesus would explode on the scene. Crazy new weather. It's like a front had blown in. Jesus was in the desert being tempted by the devil. John the Baptist was arrested and thrown into prison. And Jesus went about in synagogues proclaiming the message of the kingdom of heaven, and that now was the time for things to change. Now was the new weather front. To their ears, it was news that a new political season was opening. Perhaps the Romans would be kicked out and the Jews would have their own kingdom once again. A renewal of the days of King David and Solomon, or a renewal of the days of Judas Maccabees. Jesus was bringing in a new kingdom, and it was in fact near. It just didn't look anything like anybody expected. Perhaps most significantly, it comes by demonstrating the kingdom. And Jesus did that by laying hands on the sick and healing them, by helping those who were oppressed by dark, evil spirits, and those spirits fled, somebody's darkness being torn from them as light shines on them, and they can exhale the breath of freedom coming out of their own lungs. The beginning of a movement that still extends across the world today. In unstable times, scary, frustrating that they are always the portent of light dawning, darkness being busted open by light, and us getting shined on. The kingdom of heaven is still near. The only question is, are we calling out to it? Are we calling out to him?